let me do the player ratings. Let's see what you guys will give these players out of 10 out of 10 as always. So let's start with Aaron Ramsdale. I've given him a 6 because he only had 2 saves to make today. Also, that goal that they scored, I'm not sure. Unless do you guys think it was a foul? Do you think that the player fouled Ramsdale from that corner, or do you think Ramsdale should have controlled or dominated his box better? But when you consider directly from a corner kick, that you cannot get 7s and 8s. That is that is a crime. You cannot concede directly from a corner kick. That's terrible. So maybe you guys would give him a 7. I've given him a 6 because of that corner, and also only had 2 saves to make. Also, the passing today, there wasn't really anything to smile about, like, oh wow, Ramsdale did this, Ramsdale did that. There wasn't too much. So 6 for today. The next one is Ben White. Ben White played 63 minutes. I've given him a 7 because while he was on the pitch, he didn't even concede a goal. He did his passes are great. I feel like his passes are great. He did give away the ball a couple of times in the first half, but a lot of people are now starting to see the qualities of Ben White. Like, this is not even his position, you know. The right back is not his position, and that is why he's been playing for us the entire season. I like players who do not complain about where they're playing, like whenever they're needed. That is the one thing you can say about Xhaka as well. As much as many of us are not biggest fans of Xhaka, if we ask Xhaka to play as a left back, he will play. If we ask him to play as a centre back, he will play. If we ask him to play in central midfield, he will play. Same with Ben White. Wherever you ask him, he'll play. Same with Saka. That's not the same thing I can say about Maitland-Niles. That is why I'm not sad about him leaving. Every time someone plays at right back, you hear rumors about why is he not playing at left back. When he plays in midfield, why is he not at right back? Like, I don't need to hear that. Like, just play wherever you can help the team. So I have given Ben White a 7 for today. Saliba, I've given him a 7 as well. But in the last game, I think against Leicester, or was it against Bournemouth or Fulham? There's a game where he had 100% passing accuracy. Saliba did give away the ball today 10 times. So from the stats, he did give away the ball 10 times. So it's not his best performance so far. Giving away the ball 10 times is a bit too much. I did give away the ball a lot, basically, and a lot of those gifting the ball back to Aston Villa. So not Saliba's best game, but could easily have still gotten a clean sheet if it wasn't for that corner. So I'm still going to give him a 7. I can't drop it down to a 6, but I think 6 is just above average. I don't think he was average or anything bad at all. But I've given both of them a 7 with White, but I think Ben White was better than Saliba today. So I've given him a 7 for today's match. In terms of Gabriel, I think Gabriel is our best defender today. Let me know if you agree. I've given him an 8, even though he conceded a goal. Very, very good in terms of his passing. The second balls, in that first half, that time we got 2 corners in the row in the 11th minute, and then he had a couple of chances. The way he was going for every single second ball, like all the balls in the air, he would go for them. Any balls on the ground, he'd go for them. Very, very great. I'm great to see him picking himself up from the last game. He started from the last game. After he gave away that goal, he picked himself up, went and scored for us, and he carried over that momentum to this game. I think he was our best defender today. Did very well. He won all his aerial duels. Like, every ball in the air, he won all of them. 100% completed all of them. So really good to see. These days, Arsenal don't get bullied. Back in the day, remember how much we used to get bullied when you had Wilshere, Ramsey, all these flair players, and then at the back, sometimes you had a tiny Monreal there playing at centre back, or Debussy. We used to get bullied a lot. These days, even when Aston Villa are putting in those tackles, we do not get bullied at all. Like, Gabriel will not allow that to happen. Xhaka will not allow that to happen. Even Gabriel Jesus will not allow that to happen. Those players will be there fighting against you, and that is what I love to see. So Gabriel for today, he also he completed all his aerial duels, and also his long passes as well, and also made, I think, 3 clearances or something from today's game. So Gabriel gets an 8. Tierney. What are we going to give Tierney for today? Now, I had 7 written down, but after I checked the stats, you see I've just said Saliba lost the ball 10 times. Tierney lost the ball 18 times. Yes, 1-8. Now, obviously, when a player goes forward and crosses tries to cross the ball, obviously that is counted as possession lost. But 18 times losing the ball is a bit too much. And I'm not seeing Tierney is still a very good player, but I'm not seeing the Tierney from 2 years ago. Maybe it's the injury. You remember the Tierney from 2 years ago, the Tierney who used to run forward and get assist after assist after assist. He's not getting himself forward as much. I don't know if it's the instruction from the manager, but we can't really say that because Zinchenko has been playing the same position this season as well, and he's already picked up an assist and he's been pushing forward a lot. Like even in preseason when he played against Chelsea, Zinchenko went forward so many times. So they are playing in the same position, but whatever Zinchenko is giving us in terms of going forward is not the same with Tierney. And Tierney is the one who's usually very good at going forward. So I'm not sure about what is happening. He's not really a threat like he was 2 years ago, even last year. Maybe it's the injury. Maybe he's trying to protect himself. But I've given him a 6, losing the ball 18 times. Terrible. And also in terms of clearances, he didn't make any clearances at all, 0. And he didn't block any shots, 0. So basically, in terms of defensive work, you can say he did not much. So no clearances, no blocks, and gave away the ball 18 times. And going forward, Zinchenko has been doing better than him this season. Not to say sell Tierney tomorrow or something. No, we still definitely need Tierney. And if he picks up his game, 100% is going to be lethal. Because right now, if I ask many of you, who do you prefer to start against Man United? Would you start Zinchenko or Tierney against Man United? I'm pretty sure many of you would say Zinchenko because of what you've seen. Let me know. Who would you start between the first two? So those two guys. So in terms of defense, Ramsdale 6, Ben White 7, Saliba 7, Gabriel 8, and Tierney 6. Let's go to the midfielders. Let's start with Albert Sambi Lokonga. Many people are complaining about signing midfielders. Lokonga is not good enough. Well, today he was great. 8 out of 10 for Lokonga for today's game. So he completed 93% of his passes. That is something that you need to be very good at when you're playing in midfield. Because if you're a midfielder and you can't pass the ball, then you might as well just go down 3-4 levels down the leagues. If you don't have a midfielder who can pass the ball, you are in big trouble. You need a midfielder who can intercept the ball, pass the ball, and very good in transition. Like they can pick up the ball from the defender and move it very quickly to the wingers and to the number 10. I think Lokonga did very well today. I'm not a fan of him playing in that position at all, especially when he's by himself like that. Like if Jacques and Odegaard go forward and leave Lokonga by himself, like against teams like Liverpool, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But for today, he handled it as well. Not only that, not just simple passes, by the way, because he can just pass the ball to your side, and that is counted as a pass complete. He attempted 6 long passes, and he completed 5 of them. Like I'm talking about those long passes, like to Martinelli, to Saka, those kind of passes. He completed like 5 out of 6. And there's a pass he gave in the 3rd minute to Martinelli, which was very impressive. So if he does have that in his locker, really good to see. I think he did well. He covered us. Yes, you can still feel like you need players like Partey there. But to be honest, I don't think midfielders are worst position today. I don't think we actually missed Partey and El Neni that much. I think Lokonga did that great. So I'm going to give him an 8. The next midfielder is Xhaka. I've given him a 7. This is a different Xhaka. Like we are not even complaining about Xhaka at all. Like he's not giving away the ball like he used to. No yellow cards these days. Like you never hear about Xhaka getting a yellow card. Like never these days. He's going forward. He even helped us get that goal from Jesus. Like when Jesus scored this goal, it was from a Xhaka shot. Xhaka is the one who shot that ball, and Martinez failed to save it, and it fell on Jesus. So I'm really impressed with Xhaka since preseason. So if he can play like this if Xhaka plays like this throughout the season, we are definitely going to be in the Champions League. The problem is that usually he has some mad moments. He gets red cards 2-3 times in a season, gives away 3 or 4 balls in a season, loses concentration. But this season, great. Like that is why we are not talking about selling Xhaka tomorrow. I remember in the last transfer window, we were talking about Xhaka moving to Roma on deadline day. Right now, if I ask you, would you sell Xhaka right now? The answer would probably be no. I don't think anyone would sell Xhaka right now, especially that you don't have midfielders. I don't think many of you would be keen on selling Xhaka. So 7 for today helped us get the goal. Martin Odegaard, my goodness. In the second half, he disappeared a bit, but in that first half, his passes, my goodness, the way that cross for Jesus' chance in the 9th minute, that quick free kick that he took, the way he just chipped that ball over the defender's heads to Gabriel Jesus, absolutely amazing. He makes football look so easy. That is what you need from your number 10, a midfielder who can make the game look so easy. And the way he controls the game, really, really good. See, he has the control. That's the word. He can control the game for you. He's never scared, and he's definitely showing his leadership quality throughout the season so far. He showed his leadership quality. As of now, I can definitely say I do not regret getting Odegaard instead of Maddison. He's absolutely been amazing for us. We got him for around 30 million only. That's a bargain. If we sell Odegaard today, we can get a lot of money for him. So Odegaard has done very well for today. In terms of his stats from today, he had 83% in terms of accurate passes. He had 2 shots on target as well. He won half of his ground duels. He did lose position a couple of times, 14 times, but in his position, you do expect that because of the passes he's attempting. But key passes 3 times. He also had 66 touches. That shows you that he's never scared to involve himself in the game. He's never afraid to call for the ball and try to basically run the midfield. So Odegaard gets a 7 for today. Really, really fantastic player, man. We have a gem on our hands. I'll tell you another gem that we have. His name is Gabriel Martinelli. He's going to get an 8 for today. I know a lot of you are complaining in the comment section. Martinelli holds on to the ball too much. Why didn't he shoot this? Why didn't he shoot that? But throughout that game, do you see how much pressure he puts on that Matty Cash on that right back role? Like every single ball that he has, he just runs past the defender. We've never had players like that a lot. Alexis Sanchez is the last player that we had who can run past a defender and dribble past you. And before that, maybe Arshavin. Arshavin could do it on his day, but we all know Arshavin could be lazy when he decided to be lazy. But Arshavin could run past players as well, just like Sanchez. And Martinelli can do the same, just like Saka on that right side. So very, very good to see. He got the goal. He got the winning goal again today. He's scoring goals. He's added to his assists. He's playing every single game. Everyone else is getting subbed off. He's playing 90 minutes. He's 100% recovered from his injury. He's looking very fit. That is the one thing I love about him. He completed 83% of his passes today. In terms of touches, he had 62 of them. His crosses, still needs to work on his crosses though. The last 2 games, he's put in some really terrible crosses. In terms of ground duels, he won 6 out of the 11 that he had. He got fouled twice. He won us a couple of free kicks. So really good to see from Martinelli. So I'm going to give him an 8 for today. I'd probably vote him man of the match as well, but let me see. So Martinelli gets an 8. The next player is Bukayo Saka. I've given him a 7. Could probably have had a goal today. I think we should have had a penalty. If you're just joining, I don't know how that is not a penalty. Mings is literally pulling him down. That is a wrestling move. That I'd be very pleased to see Triple H doing that, but not Tyrone Mings on the pitch. Triple H, Randy Orton, fine. Tyrone Mings on the pitch, definitely not. So Bukayo Saka gets a 7 for today. He obviously got the assist for Martinelli's goal. He composed himself, did not rush anything. He moved to his right foot and put in a very dangerous cross, and it definitely helped us a lot. And they were getting fouled so many times. These players like Saka, Odegaard, they were getting fouled so many times, the likes of Mings. But I think Martinelli was better than Saka for today. But if you ask me, both games against Fulham and this one, I think Saka was slightly better in this one. And in terms of accurate passes, he had a 93% completion. He also made 3 very good key passes. Sorry, he also attempted 5 dribbles and he completed all 5 of them. So when Saka is running past you, you know you're in a lot of trouble. Running to you, you're in a lot of trouble. So I've given him a 7 for today. And then last up, our guy Gabriel Jesus. I've given him a 7. Maybe some of you have given him an 8, but I think Martinelli was better. He did score the first goal. What a player, man. Like we've gotten a striker. We have signed a striker. I'm very sure the guys who are saying, why are we signing Jesus? Why didn't we go for Victor Osimhen from Napoli? Why didn't we go for Isaac? They are both very good strikers. Isaac has scored a very good goal today for Newcastle. Osimhen is scoring goals every single week for Napoli, but Jesus is used to the Premier League. The way he's not just a striker who's going to score goals. He comes to midfield, picks up the ball, he dribbles past players. How many times does he win free kicks for us? If you check the thumbnail, the left side of that thumbnail is him getting fouled. I actually have the picture here. that is him getting fouled. The number of times he gets fouled on that pitch, I do get scared every time he goes down because we don't want him to get injured. But he always puts everyone under pressure. Like the way he presses the goalkeeper, always, like he never rests. It's like Martinelli. I guess it's just a Brazilian South American thing. They never settled down and rest. He had 3 shots on target today. He had 74% in terms of accurate passes. Ground duels, he won 5 of them today. He won us I think 4 fouls. He was fouled 4 times today. Really, really good to see him doing that. So Gabriel Jesus gets a 7, and he can always play 80, 90 minutes for you. Really, really happy that we got him. I'm still amazed that we actually got a player from Man City, because anyone coming from Man City is quality. And Jesus for today, I've given him a 7. That is it for the players who started. Ramsdale 6, Tierney 6, Gabriel 8, Saliba 7, Ben White 7, Xhaka 7, Lokonga 8, Odegaard 7, Saka 7, and Martinelli 8, and Jesus 7. So a lot of 6s, 7s, 8s. I didn't give any 9s or 10s today. I don't think anyone really stood out like Odegaard did against Fulham or Saliba against Crystal Palace. Those were 9, 10 out of 10 performances. But today, don't really think so. I've given Tomiyasu a 6. He was on for around 30 minutes. I think he did okay. We really need him to be fit for the whole season. We really need him in the team, because Tomiyasu is another player who can play right back, he can play center back, he can play left back in case he's needed. These are the kind of players you need in your team, especially the Europa League starting. So Tomiyasu gets a 6. I've given Nketiah a 7. He was on for only 5 minutes, but I've given him a 7. I think he brought on so much energy to the pitch, and we have to be fair. We have to deal with the players fairly. I cannot say Jesus was incredible and then I tell you Nketiah was terrible. No, I'm just rating him for the 5 minutes he was on the pitch. Yes, I would still give Jesus like a 7.5, a higher 7, because he was on for the most of the game. But from Nketiah coming on, he did a lot. He did a lot for those 6 minutes. He held the ball up for us. We didn't give Aston Villa time to create chances for themselves, and Nketiah was one of the reasons as well. And by the way, I'm not Nketiah's biggest fan. I was one of those people last season that was saying, nah, if you're getting 20 million for him, sell him. But right now, I think he's improved his game since the end of last season. So Nketiah 7, Holding wasn't on for too long, so standard 5 for him. Same with Smith Rowe. Mikel Arteta, I've given him a 7 for today. Starting lineup, great. He gave Lokonga the chance, and it delivered for him. Obviously, we expected a more slightly comfortable game. We did. I mean, it's hard to blame him on anything because we created 15 chances in that first half. You know, he's not on the pitch to score those chances. We can't really say we held back or we didn't create chances or we were trying to park the bus. No, we were attacking that game almost the entirety of that game. Like we were taking shot after shot after shot. How many shots did we have in that game? 22. We had 9 on target, we had 6 off target, we had 7 shots blocked, we won 10 corners today. In terms of offsides, we had 1. In terms of fouls, like we had a lot of chances in that game, and I cannot really blame Arteta for anything. I think I can actually bring up the stats? I will try, but he was, I can't really blame him for anything. Maybe we needed a more comfortable win. Apart from that, sub wise, I was okay, no problem with bringing Holding to cover up, no problem with bringing Nketiah, Smith Rowe for Odegaard, Tomiyasu for White, no problem with that. So could have been an 8, but I think 7 is fair enough for this game. And he genuinely he loves Arsenal. That is why I always wanted Arteta to do well. I have never ever said Arteta out. If you ever find a video where I say Arteta out, you can never find a video where I say that, because I've never said that. I've always hoped that he does well, because I know he has something in him. I know he has something. He's worked with Guardiola before. I have always said there's a reason why Guardiola picked him the moment he retired from Arsenal, and I'm hoping we are starting to see it right now. And I remember that day he won the FA Cup. I was absolutely buzzing for him, and if he can win another trophy for us, get us back to the Champions League, I'd really, really be happy. I want him to succeed a lot at us, so like it would be great. Like he genuinely loves what he's doing. Sometimes you see managers on the touchline looking worried, you know, will I get sacked? Should I be here? Like, no, he's always involved in the game. He's always part of the game, basically, and I love that. So for today, I'm going to give him a 7.